So you're out camping, the wind starts blowing, the clouds start rolling in, and now you get a little concerned about the weather. How are you going to know if you have a storm heading your way? How do we know if we got some heavy rain, heavy winds, hail heading your way? And you're not even sure what county you're in. Because like typically we drive to a place, we park, and we don't know exactly where we're at. We know we're at ABC campsite. I'm going to show you 7 reliable ways to get notified if severe weather is headed your way. And with this knowledge, you can stay safe and you can be prepared for severe weather when it's heading your way. So let's get started. Here we go. First of all, a NOAA radio, NOAA radio, weather radio. They come in all different sizes, all different types. We have a couple of them. We have one that sits at our house, plugs in. It's a Midland. It's an old Midland, probably 15, 20 years old. And when we get some severe weather, it goes off, makes noise. Beep, 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 beep. You know, and the National Weather Service, does their thing. Now, I'm going to tell you something about them that you want to make sure you get. And I'm going to read this so I don't mess it up. You want to make sure that you get a weather radio that has S.A.M.E technology, S.A.M.E. It stands for Specific Area Messaging Encoding. And what that allows is that it sends the type of event only to the affected area. So that this feature, it eliminates alerts for areas that are not affected by the weather or the emergency event, making the system more efficient and less prone to false alarms. Now, the one that I have does not have that. And it goes off if there's storms within 100 or 150 miles of my house. We just kind of gotten used to it. But I'm going to have, now that I've done some research, I'm going to upgrade and get this better one. And I'm going to give you a few examples of some radios. The Midland WR120B, this has the same technology. It plugs in, has battery backup. It's more of a desktop unit. It's good. I mean, it's another one is a Sagen CL100. Again, same type thing. It's a desktop unit, has battery backup. And then there's the Radix emergency radio. This is one of those all-in-ones. You know, it's got the hand crank, so you can crank to make power, charge your phone, flashlight, AM, FM, weather channel, phone charger. What else does it have? Shortwave radio, 6 charging options. Now, the one downside to this one is it does not use the same technology. Now, I'll put all the links for everything I'm talking about down below. Oh, by the way, I'm Chuck with Lake to Lake. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Another thing is weather apps for your phone. Now, the one thing about the weather apps on your phone, there's 2 things that you need to make sure you've done to your phone to make sure these things work as designed. That your application is set to push notifications to you. Because if you don't have push notifications to you, you're not going to get not going to get notified of bad weather. The other thing you need to make sure is that your phone has location tracking turned on, especially for those apps. So you got to have notifications and application tracking turned on so that they can push notifications that are relevant to you and your area at the time that the event is occurring. Some of the ones are WeatherBug, My Radar, the Weather Channel, AccuWeather, Alexa. I'll tell you what, it's probably my favorite one. It doesn't give me the most accurate information or the best information, but it always notifies me. And then there's Fox Weather. Now, you just pick whichever one you like and you make sure it's set up correctly on your phone so you can get push notifications. And well, that's our first line. I mean, when I live in the Kansas City area, we get lots of tornado watches and thunderstorm watches and flash flood watches. It tells me when we're having the watches, and that's the first line of defense: knowledge. Just the fact that you know that. I mean, the sun may be shining. There may not be a cloud in the sky, and I'll get a thing that says, thunderstorm watch. So I know something's coming. Okay, there's another thing that the federal government has and uses, and it's called wireless emergency alerts. And by default, it's enabled on your phone. And it will push emergency notifications for an event in your area. And I have an iPhone, so I'm going to talk about how to do it on iPhones. You go to settings, you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, and under government alerts, you just make sure they're all turned on. And you got a picture over here somewhere of what an iPhone looks like. Okay, number 4, satellite services. Not real familiar with these, don't use them, never bought the products, but there's the Garmin InReach and the Zoleo. They're satellite based. Do your research. If that fits your needs, buy the one you want and subscribe to the service you want. I'm not real familiar with them. Campground and RV park alerts, number 5. Now I'm going to tell you something about the campgrounds. Every campground I've ever gone to, when I check in, I always get told where the storm shelter is, where the bathrooms, the shower houses, blah, blah, blah are. But the storm shelter is the important one. If there's some bad weather coming, the camp host will go around and notify people. He'll honk their horn and yell at them or get a megaphone. And I've experienced that in the past. Going camping in the Midwest, we have thunderstorms and tornado watches and warnings, and it's just in fact, I got to tell you a story about tornado warnings. Every time there's a tornado warning, you know what me and my wife do? Come on, think real hard. We go outside to see if we can see the tornado. It's not the most brilliant thing to do, but we've lived here over 60 years in the Midwest and never seen one yet. So anyway, I'm not saying we're the brightest people in the world, but I tell you what, do make portable lightning detectors like this Accuride 2020. It'll detect lightning strikes up to 25 miles away. Now, again, this is just another tool in your bag. It gives you additional information, useful information. I don't have one, and I probably won't buy one. But if it fits into your wheelhouse, or if it's a good resource or good tool in your bag, check into it. It's not going to hurt. And the other thing is word of mouth. I'll tell you what, when a bunch of campers, the first time somebody gets a severe thunderstorm watch, campsites just jab it. Hey, did you guys know or thunderstorm watch? Pass it around. You let everybody know. And you know what? When it becomes a warning, you see people scrambling. They're knocking on campers' doors. They're helping each other out, and that's truly a good thing. And I've experienced that. I've been a part of it, and I know it actually happens. At least in the Midwest. I don't know about the East and West Coast. Don't leave safety to a chance. If you know and you have the resources to be notified of something, it gives you time to prepare, time to either leave the area if you have 30 minutes notice, like in a flash flood event, or gives you time to get to the storm shelter. So being prepared, whether it's a physical radio, it's an app on your phone, or it's a satellite device, it can save your life. Be prepared. Like the Boy Scouts say, be prepared. So if you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and leave something in the comments below. So if you would, please subscribe. And if you want me to do something special, put it in the comments. You liked it? Don't like it? Tell me what you do like about this. You don't like about this. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too short. I'm too tall. I don't care. Just put it in the comments. So until we meet around the campfire, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.